I'm
Hello,
aggravated
everybody. We're
already, y'all.
live. You like I'm already at because oh my god, yes, that's what happened. Let's talk about it. All right, so as you can see,
Girl.
Chris is not here. Chris had a family thing that he had to drop off today at the last minute, but Sarah is here today, and I'm so happy to see
I
you,
missed
Sarah. We missed
y'all.
you last week. I was
I
like,
missed you.
I missed you. I'm telling you, this is like I know that we do this
Therapy.
live, but this is my therapy at this point. This is weekly therapy. We get to get it all out because the world is terrible.
We do.
The
And,
world,
and we get a little key. It is
yeah,
terrible. It's
it is.
consistently terrible.
It's terrible, but we get to like talk about all of the ills of the world and vent about all the frustrations. And I always feel better after talking to you guys. So thank you. Every time you're here, I'm like, yay! And like I said, I missed you last week
Please.
because I can handle Chris, but it's nice. It's always nice to have.
You gotta have somebody wrangle him in. That's why he ran scared today. No, I'm joking. Chris, we hope everything is cool. But remember when and I believe in cheating and beating on men. So yeah,
I believe in
that's where
cheating
I
and
am with
beating men.
it.
Oh my
I
god!
believe in women's rights and wrongs.
All right. So
That's where we are.
today I think we're going to talk about Cardi B and her dating Offset, which God, listen.
Her divorce, yeah. It's
What is he asking in the divorce? Because I keep shaking my head like he can't be serious, right? Like I felt like I read something like he was asking for her to pay his back taxes, his income taxes.
Mhm.
Is that what
His back
I?
income taxes, alimony, and something else. I've been like on
Did
the
he ask
periphery
for
of
a
it
house
because
or
like
something? A house or a car or something?
yeah,
I'm just trying to understand
he
because
wants he wants alimony. He wants alimony. And I think it's just a way to like people always talk about leave, 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 but like she's so deep in at this point. Marrying him was a huge mistake, obviously. Like and she's not going to view
obviously
it like that because that and I wouldn't publicly say it necessarily either because she has 3 children with the man. You don't want your kids seeing that when when they get
right.
older without the proper context of everything that was going on. But like yeah, she's getting put through the ringer, and she recently said that she felt for she was fearing for her life, and I feel like every
Okay.
like 3 months or so she's crashed out on the internet and says say oh I could show something that exposes Offset and all that, and I'm like hey you don't even need to do that because we already know that he's crazy and weird,
Right. I mean,
so like you don't even have to threaten him, you could literally just like it
I'm
doesn't
just
matter.
gonna speak on the whole like a lot of times these guys pretend to be somebody else at the beginning of the relationship. I do want to point that
Right,
out because
right.
I have been through this. Like I have been through a couple of relationships where the guy was this great person in the beginning and was
Of
doing all the
course.
things and the narcissism was hidden, and they like, over time start like, a lot of men cannot. So let's just talk about Cardi B is a very successful woman. She has money, she's talented, and
Yes, she is.
a lot of men target talented, successful women. And in the
Mhm.
beginning, they're like really like, "Oh, this is great. We're partners." And I've been through this. Like, I'm supporting you. I'm encouraging you. And and then they're like, "Oh, I got my own thing." And it
Mhm.
slowly trickles into jealousy over her
Oh yeah,
success, jealousy over her talent, and I've been through this.
for
So
sure.
I'm not sure how he was. If he was an asshole in the beginning and she married him, then that was stupid. But I have a feeling that in the beginning, they may have pretended, or he may have pretended to be a
Really?
completely human being. Because I've experienced this. I've literally
Yeah,
watched somebody go from like this great person to like this monster over time, and you're like, who are you? Like you don't even know
for
the person
sure.
you're in a relationship with.
Yeah,
So I
I
do.
want to clarify though, like, because I absolutely think that was the case. I 100% agree with you on that. This isn't
Yeah.
like me saying, "Oh, she should have chosen better." Like, I don't
Right.
believe in that because people lie all the time.
Yeah.
And they lie all the time. Men lie. Men will fake an entire personality if
A
it means
whole
like social
a whole
clout
for
or getting
years.
some coochie for years.
For
They'll do it.
years.
They'll do it for
For
years.
years.
Yeah,
And
like
then they
the
will
amount of performative men that I've met who pretend to have these great feminist ideals and all of these other things, you
all
know,
of it.
and pretend that they're not weird and colorist trying to date me. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
mostly about that.
Oh my God. You have
I
those
hate
too?
that shit.
Because I got to
All
see
the
the
time.
ex-girlfriends. If all your ex-girlfriends are light-skinned women, we're
Every
not
single
gonna
one of
work
them.
out.
I
It's
want
not
to
gonna work.
see all of them. I want to see
Right.
all of them. If you, and also like um if you ask me too many times what I'm mixed with, I'm gonna like if you even ask me once,
If
I'm
you
already
ask
side
me
eyeing
that.
you. If you ask me twice, I'm never
Hmm.
going to talk to you again. If you ask me once though, like just like that was a weird thing you said, or oh, why do you eat such and such, or something like that. If it's like a cultural signaling that is legitimate,
Right.
I'd be like, okay, all right, fine, I can understand. But if you're like, if you ask me twice, or if you know, you get excited about it in any way, or I see you like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
throw the fuck up.
I won't
I'm
be
gonna
your
throw it, and we're
fetish.
never gonna talk again.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna be
we're
your
not,
fetish.
we're
I'm
never
not
gonna
gonna
do
be
it.
your fetish girlfriend. But yeah, and it feels like that was with Offset too. Like he was dating her. Like it's a little bit of
Yeah.
fetishism. It's a little bit of like he wanted to get
I also
the
think the
exotic.
power dynamic was different in the beginning too, though, because she wasn't as big of a star, and he was a much more big star at the time with Migos than when they first got together,
Right.
when they first started
And
dating before they got married.
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I've experienced this where like if you like they think that you're not, they think they're the big dog in the relationship.
Right.
And they're very comfortable like, "Oh, I'm so great and I'm the big dog." And when you show up in the room and get more attention in those same rooms where they think they're the big dog, then suddenly the dynamic shifts and they're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like, oh, like I why are you talking to her? Like, why are they talking? I've actually had men say, "Why were they talking to you?" Because
Why would they
it's
not? I'm the most
like the
interesting
thing
person in
is,
this room right now.
like the thing with men is that they're so socially conditioned to believe that women are the support to men. Like
They
you're
really
here,
are, while simultaneously being like the least interesting, the least
right?
funny, like
Like
the least
women are
accomplished
here.
person. Yeah.
Women are to help me, and you're in this room with me to support me. And
It's crazy.
in no way should usurp me socially because you're the woman. And so when you walk into those rooms and they are like standing there, like the ego is like, yeah, look, I'm here, and they want
Sick.
the woman to just be like the piece that makes it pretty. Like you're supposed to decorate his ego, and when you're not, when you end up actually taking the attention away from his ego and then attention goes on to
Wow.
you, look, let me tell you, men will be so jealous. And I see Offset as a very jealous, insecure man who now she's moved on, she don't want him no more, and he's doing what I've experienced. Now he's getting threatening, he's stalking her. Like the stuff that like men don't deal with rejection well because they've never been taught to deal with hurt feelings. So when their feelings get hurt, it goes from
Hmm.
hurt to anger and anger to retaliation. And I feel like in
Every time.
this whole divorce, he's just trying to retaliate and
He
hurt
is.
her. And I mean, they try to hurt you through your kids, they try to hurt you through finances, like
Oh, for sure.
they try to
Oh my
hurt your
God, yes.
reputation.
Yeah.
Like they go on this attack to try to tear you down because you had the audacity to be like, you know what, I don't like this, I'm out. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
much all it is. Like, how
And
dare you?
I feel for Cardi. I just I really do. It's hard sometimes to feel full empathy for people who like this is I'm not victim blaming it at all. It's hard to feel full empathy because this song and dance everybody's seen before, and it's like I know in abusive situations, and I would consider the way he's treated her publicly, at least from what we know, abusive. Like if you know, if you're constantly cheating on and having women taking pictures in your children's bedrooms, and
Yeah.
you know, inviting people who she had court cases behind to your birthday party, and inviting her arch nemesis to events that you're throwing, all of that. all that shit is abusive behavior. It's clearly him trying to provoke her. It's clearly him trying to antagonize her to psychologically kind of torture this lady into having a
Right.
big reaction. But at the same time, like, um, Cardi is very like, it gives pick me sometimes. Like it does.
It
It gives
does.
pick me sometimes. It gives
It
it's
does.
a common New York Dominican trope where these Latino women get with black men and feel like they're better than black women, and then you know they're saying the N word.
Right.
They're wearing bodysuits and Jordans and and
Yeah.
being fucking weird, and then thinking that they're gonna get a different
And I
black
think that,
man
I mean,
than
I
the
feel
rest
like
of us get.
Cardi B toes the line between Afro Latina and like Latina and Latina. Like it's
Yeah.
like she knows she's got black in her. Like she can't deny it because we can all see it. But at the same time, and I know it's because she's Dominican and Dominicans really have, I know black, that's real. It's very,
Yeah, and it's an interesting history behind it, like that dictatorship and the whole
yeah,
Spanish, European exceptionalism, and there's like reasons behind it. So it's like I actually do have some empathy for Dominican people because of what they experienced, and like that whole history of the island is fucking wild. But like
right.
at the same time,
At the same
you
time, we got
can't.
enough information. Like at this point, we
We know.
gotta say, okay, you if you gonna be black, but don't
Mhm.
jump back and forth. You're not gonna get,
And
we're not
understand that
doing
it
this.
is a political identity that has to be drawn and kept and protected, as
Right,
well as a phenotypic and genetic one. Also, you know what I'm saying.
right.
So, like,
Yeah.
maybe you're not Black American. Maybe you are peripherally Black, but that
Hmm.
this intense need they have to say like the N word and like crash
Right.
out, and like I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like that. What,
We,
what do y'all really think of us sometimes, and why is it always like
but
and
anti-blackness is everywhere,
so
right?
global? It,
It's everywhere.
I
It's
give sometimes a
so
little bit of
easy.
grace because I realize that there's more pathways to coon than there are to like racial consciousness. It's the same way there's more pathways
It's
to
like,
pick me than like,
yeah, like it's so
feminist theory.
complex. Like it's like I struggle sometimes because I see a person, like I see a person who's younger than me. I see her struggling, going through some similar things I've been through with men.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also see the racial dynamic, and I'm like, obviously, you're black to everybody that's looking at you. So like
Mhm.
but I see you have accepted, like she knows she's dealt with racism, so she knows that she looks
Right.
black. Like I know
It's
that she
that's
knows.
not
She's
the part I
conscious of
think
it.
she struggles with. The part I feel like she struggles with is in that same breath, like realizing that you can be both the oppressed and an oppressor.
Right. Like,
Realizing that you do may suffer from anti-blackness, but you benefit from colorism in
right,
that same way, and you
right,
also benefit from exoticism,
right.
because you're Dominican, and all of
It,
those things still factor in
I
with the
guess
people you're
I
trying
guess
to
the
engage with.
what do we call it? Systems of oppression are a hell of a drug because it's like, bro,
They
like
are. They are. It's like, it's a wheel. Like, I think we all, and I say this all the time, we all have to recognize we're in cycles of being harmful and having harm done to us.
yes,
So we should be focused on repair in like a lot of ways. But like, it's hard to do that when the person that you're talking to is not going to critically engage with the ways in which they've damaged Black people in the Black community.
right,
Like, and that's the frustrating thing about it. Like, so for instance, to segue into another topic, ICE is in my city. The
right.
Operation Charlotte's Web is going on. It's very intense. And while I am doing my best to provide financial aid where I can and helping hands and making sure that people are getting food that they need and making sure the kids are getting safe and doing what I can in the small ways that I can, I'm also seeing videos of Latinos on TikTok, and they're cursing ICE out and all of that. And they're dropping the N word over and over and over again. And these are not Afro Latinos. And that's what I always say. And I'm just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, you know,
It's
we
like you
support, because I've seen a lot of Black people at these at the protests that we've had here. I've seen a lot of Black people. I've seen Black
right.
people show their online solidarity. I've seen Black people make videos about this. I've seen them in the streets protesting as well. Teaching communities, like, it feels like Black Panther's young lords here right now, right?
Mhm.
Except that the young lords in this situation are still using the N word and not realizing that are
Yeah,
being oppressed while also being oppressors. And I want non-Black Latinos to understand, honestly, non-Black Americans to understand that that's never your word to reclaim. It's not a fun expletive to pepper your sentences and give you a personality or make you seem tougher than you are. It was never yours to reclaim, so don't fucking say it. And I'm
right,
tired of it. And
right,
even though I'm still throwing all my support, I'm here with you because I
right,
understand immigrant doesn't necessarily mean Latino as well anyway.
right,
But
right.
I'm here and I support you specifically, Latinos. But I'm also saying that the anti-blackness that you need to address with even within your own communities, and
Community. Yes.
you can ask Garifuna about this from Honduras. You can and elsewhere. You can ask Panamanians about this because they
Mhm.
experience it too. It has to stop. It's disgusting. Your
Right.
anti-blackness is disgusting, and I see those exit polls where your men, well, where Latino men aligned with white supremacy.
Yeah.
I want y'all to start rethinking about that now. There's a lot to
Right.
unpack there, and now is the time to unpack it. We're contrary to, yeah, we can have multiple conversations at once.
Yeah.
We can
But
say that this is unequivocally wrong, but you have to address the anti-blackness because that's what's actually stopping you from voting
right.
and doing in your best interest.
Right. Absolutely. And that goes across so many different cultures. It's not just
It
Latinos.
does.
It's a lot of
It's
Asian
Asians.
cultures.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like
it's
like I
Asians. It's
said,
indigenous Americans as well.
anti-blackness is
Global.
worldwide. Like
Global.
everybody gets to shit on Black people. Like everybody. Like in
Correct.
fact, that the way that they feel like they're gaining white proximity is the first thing they do is say something anti-Black.
Every
Like
time.
that's just it's just like, oh, like, you know, I remember like in college, I have experienced this many times, and I'm like, y'all are making me laugh
Mhm.
because you know, them white people are not going to accept you. Like this
At
is what's
all.
happening with like a lot of Indian, when I'm talking about India in Asia, a lot of Indian people are, you know, conservative and trying to be Republicans, and they are getting just destroyed by
I wish they would
white
go
right wing.
to Great Britain and see exactly how Indians are treated, like
Right.
Indian
And it's
Brits are
like
treated, and they would
your
understand. Or
anti-blackness is not going to make these white people like you. It's just not. Every time I
all.
see it, I'm like, they still, you are not, you know, white. I don't get it. Like I mean, I understand. I've lived in this country a pretty long time. I know how much people want to have white proximity. I know I've
Mhm.
benefit from light skin privilege. I do. I know. I'm aware
For
of it.
sure.
But
Yeah.
what has happened for me is that when I'm in those rooms and they're like trying to like, oh, you know, because white people try to butter you up. You know what I'm talking
They
about.
do. They do.
They
It's
do.
their way of testing a boundry to see how deep you are on this shit. And
Right.
I'll be like, I'm all the
And
way in.
and
I'm
like
all
as
feet
soon
in.
as they try to butter me up, because I've had
Mhm.
white people say this about me. Kai is the blackest Black person I know. Like this is like because you know what it is. Like I get in those rooms and they're like they feel like I'm the acceptable Negro. You know,
Mhm.
I'm
Oh, and
in
college educated and
and
Juris
I'm
Doctor.
educated. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you think I'm gonna be in those rooms, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they get in those rooms, and I literally just
The
demolish all the white.
just walk the
I
dog
just
shit out of him.
yeah, I come in and like, you know, the reason why you're messed up is because you're racist, and the
Yeah.
reason why and then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just, you
Always.
know, it's
Always.
jarring for them. But that is the privilege that I have that some people feel white people feel sometimes very comfortable until they know me. Like in the moment,
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, I should be safe, and you're not safe. Like you're
You're
not
never
safe.
safe. You're
You're
never
not
safe.
safe.
You've never
But
been safe around me.
this,
Yeah,
I know
let
what's
that be known. You've never been safe around me. I have never
ever.
because your comfort because you think of safety as comfort.
Yeah,
And your comfort will never be prioritized with me. Not
ever.
over my own, not over that of my people,
I
not
will
over
never
my
make you
principles.
feel like you could be
I don't care
comfortable
about your
saying
comfort.
something racist around me. And what happens
Ever.
is a lot of these Latinos and Asians and people who are not white will be in the rooms with white people, and white people will say
And they want
something
a
racist.
kiki. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you know, no, I ain't kicking. That ain't
No.
funny. That's racist.
Yeah.
Like, let's make everybody uncomfortable. Now
Yeah.
everybody's uncomfortable.
Now
And so
everybody has
those,
to think about how complicit they are in their own oppression. How about it? Let's talk
yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Everybody.
And so now the reason why these people are struggling, like a lot of Latinos are struggling with their anti-blackness, is because they were in those rooms and they thought
Mhm.
when I vote for Trump, they were gonna get rid of all these others, the others
Right.
over there, and now it's hurting them. And it's hurting white people too, because the poor whites are getting it too. So like,
When are they gonna
y'all
learn?
keep
That's the real
thinking,
issue. I was like, that's why they killed Fred Hampton for real, because he was up in here with the poor whites. He understood.
right?
He
Yeah,
knew what to say to them.
yeah, and so like you guys keep thinking that racism, being racist, is going to get you, some kind of, I don't know, you're going to win something. You're not. Racism hurts everybody.
Yeah.
It hurts everybody, and I think that white people especially need to understand that racism is harming you just like patriarchy is harming men. Like it's making you so stupid.
Right.
Racism makes people so stupid.
It does.
It's like, can we talk about it? The 2 white dudes that got arrested for planning to go to the island, the
Take
small
over
island,
that tiny island off the coast of Haiti.
with 70,000 people on it.
87,000 people. 87,000 people live on that island. I said, this is crazy. First of all, I feel bad that I don't remember the name of the island, because those people,
I can't think of the island,
but we know it's off the coast of Haiti.
Wait, these fools said that they were gonna go to the island. I was dying because I was like, "Why y'all arrest them? Y'all should have just let it play out." Like,
yeah, so you see how it goes.
Y'all are going to go to.
Then some decent people would have went to jail, right? Right.
To Haiti,
right.
To kill all the men and enslave the women and children. I say let them do it. I say let it play out. Let it play out.
The Toussaint's people. The first free African nation in the world.
They clearly didn't know the history of Haiti. Like I'm so tickled because I know that these 2 dudes have done some horrible things. I'm not trying to downplay how horrible they are. They're horrible people. They're child rapists, whatever. Right.
Disgusting.
However, as a black person that knows, a small amount about Haiti's history, right? I was like, why don't we just let them?
We probably should have. They would have learned a valuable lesson that day. Honestly, I think it's phenomenal. I said, do y'all really thought? I said, you don't know who these people are. Haitians, free people, like some of the most resilient people in the world. Everybody on earth has tried to stop Haitian people, and the nation still exists. They that went through corruption, from Quadroon and economically targeted by France and America and the UK.
And people have tried to destroy these people for centuries at this point, and they can't do it. But you can't
do it. Not the Haitian people.
You two. Who? Wait, did you read the rest of the story? I don't know if you read it. One of them went to Thailand to try to learn.
And then the other one enlisted in the army, right?
Right. So one went to Thailand to try to learn to sail or something and couldn't afford it. So he didn't go. And the other one went into the military and I think he failed out. Child.
What's going on with white people? Are y'all okay? White men are not okay.
What I'm saying. Racism makes y'all stupid because there's so many things that were happening in that story that I was
all the moving parts are insane. Like all of the moving parts are crazy.
So the fact that you are white and male made you believe. Let me get the story straight. That you could learn to sail.
Yes.
You can learn to sail so you can get some sailboats. You could go in the military and learn how to command and something, but you failed out of that. So you thought you could.
The idea that
wait, I'm just trying to get all the steps down. Yeah. They believed. Wait, let me get the steps out. They could learn
to get in. Were they going to come through the airport? And then just
they were going to recruit the homeless
people. That's right. I forgot they were going to recruit homeless people.
They were going to recruit
in DC.
They were going to recruit them. Hold on. Okay, wait. They were going to learn to sail. They were going to learn to command
an army. Yeah, that was the point. They had to command. That was the important part.
They were going to recruit some homeless people, and then they were going to sail.
Yes.
Their army.
Yes. Their army. They were no notes on where they were getting a sailboat. By the way, like neither of them owned a sailboat.
He was too poor to afford the classes, so I don't even know where we're getting the boat from.
Too poor.
Well, we were gonna sail.
You know what would help with economic disenfranchisement? You know what would have helped with that? You know what?
And then they were going to kill all the Haitian men. Have you met Haitian men?
I work with, well, I have worked, let me say that. I have worked with a good deal of Haitian men.
They look,
And first of all,
child,
they're so built.
child,
they're First of all, they're fine. First of all, they're
child.
fine. Secondly,
Wait,
they are so
have
built.
you met Haitian?
Have you
Like,
met Haitian men?
I was like, listen, I
Like,
know
please.
that you all did what you're supposed to do by arresting these people, but personally, I just feel like we should have just let them try. In fact, I think the United States should have given them a vote just to see like
They
how it go.
never listen. They would have never. They would have been buried already. Like there wouldn't even be pieces left.
I
Like they would have hit him with a machete upside the head, and it would have been done
Can
within
you
the first
imagine
20 minutes of this
the
insurrection.
whole the whole story was just I was just like this is
I did.
racism.
Like, are y'all insane?
Racism has made them absolutely stupid. Like you're
But like, I do want to, let's talk about like the other implications of that because it's not just racism; it's this imperialistic idea,
Mhm.
this new colonialism that they're doing. So the old new colonialism, modern colonialism, used to be like a mission worker for like religious missions and
Right.
shit, and like now they're just like taking the religion out of it and going full force back to what they want. And I was like, hey, like I've said before, we talk about what slavery, like enslavement, has done to us as a people epigenetically, how it's impacted us in our cortisol
Mhm.
levels and propensity toward diabetes and all of that. We've talked about that, but we have not talked about the absolute insanity it's wreaked on like the minds of white
Right.
people and this idea of conquest and mastery and how that's influenced. It's like in every part of
Yeah.
their culture, like this one up
Well, I
constant
mean, just
thing that
look
they're
at
trying to do, and
media.
it's always like a way to
Look
subjugate.
at the media over the past 50 years. How many movies and shows have been dedicated to white men going into a place where they're indigenous people, and as soon as they get there, the indigenous people worship them as gods. Like every time I see this racist trope, I'm
What
just
are you
like,
talking about? It makes
and
me think of the story about when they why like Mexico is called the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's because when they got there, the people were saying Yucatan, and this is, take this with a grain of salt. If anybody's a historian, please. Oh my God, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but this is my understanding of it. What that meant to this to people there was, you need to bathe, like you smell bad. They're telling this to the Spanish settlers, and they're like, "Yes, this place must be Yucatan." And they're like, "No, Yucatan, bitch! Like you stink, you stink, oh, you stink."
dude,
And
the
no,
amount of like
that's so
there's
funny.
such a dedication to believing that somehow I'm superior, and when I show up,
Just
like,
crazy.
everybody recognizes my superiority.
And we're
Like
like, no,
it's very
actually, we think you're ugly and strange.
right,
We've
and
never
it's
seen
like
anything like you before.
they come in it, like even online. I realize a lot of white men and women talk to me crazy
They
because they
do.
just think they know more than me, and it's like,
They
yeah, no, you
do.
don't.
They do.
No, you don't.
I try
Like
my
you
best not
have.
to interact. I'll be honest with you. I try my
No, I
best
just,
not to
you know,
interact
I
with
block.
them
I just,
online.
you know how I screenshot and
Block.
block, girl. You
I'm
know
not
me.
arguing with you. Y'all are terrifying people. Like the way they will get like groups and mass report you, and then like say, "Oh, but I'm a leftist." That's so crazy shit. Like they're like, "Oh
There's
no,
a
you just
whole
white."
thing going
I'm like,
on Threads. I don't know if you follow. I think I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, but Keandria, I don't know if you know her, but she's like an activist, and these people have been attacking her. These leftists have been attacking her for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now,
that's
trying to
crazy.
say she threatened people. They've been like she's like it's they, and then she pretty much exposed they were scammers or whatever, so they were really mad. So they're like super piling on, and then they threw our girl Kiki in it and tried to confuse her with Kiki.
I saw, girl, I
Girl,
saw some shit like that on
girl,
Kiki's
it's
page when
such
I
a
got
mess.
back, because I've been off social media. But I'm like, yeah,
What?
none of this surprises me though. None of that shit surprises me because like I tell you, listen, I had a friend who was supposed to be a leftist for years, white friend. He's about 10 years older than me, but we were in college at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were friends for years and years and years. And I thought we were cool. And then I realized like he unfriended me, but he started dating a white female cop. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. I said, and this is what happens with them all the time. It's only principles up until it's somebody that they like, and then they can find a way to justify it. Then their politics
Right.
are cool. Then you know what I'm saying? like then their politics are sidelined, and then everybody we need to respect everybody as an
No, I
individual
don't.
and all this stuff, and people are just too. That's why I was like, I don't trust any of you fucking freaks. You guys are weird. You guys are fucking weird. And like, you have to be a true tested. Like, I have some battle tested whites that I do consider actual
I
friends.
do. I do.
Truly, I have some battle tested whites
in
but,
there. Like I think I started cleaning house in my 30s. Like one,
yeah.
I grew. I ain't had that many white friends to start with.
Yeah,
so
same. Like,
if you even got in my circle,
yeah.
like you already had to deal with me, like looking at you like, I don't know, like why
you about
here?
to plot some. I can trust you right. I can throw you.
So you already had to go through some stuff,
right,
to even get close. But then, like when Trump ran the first time, I was like, I started seeing some people that maybe were acquaintances that were like somehow ended up in my Facebook, and I started deleting. I cleaned house way back when, because I was like, I'm not even like. I don't want to see nothing to piss me off. So I have very, very few white people that I would consider in my circle. And I won't even say friends. I would say like they're in my circle. I might have one or two white friends, but in my circle, sure. But you already been through some stuff to even get in there.
I have a solid two white friends. No battle tested whites.
I don't have any white men. There's no white man. None.
I have one white man. But he also understands. He knows I don't play that shit neither. Right. He knows I don't play that shit. I think it's easy, and he don't play that shit. He don't give a fuck. So, like I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It's hard to like, and it's again, this is all through battle tests. This is through like years and years of vetting for me to even consider you. Because
we have to be safe,
and it's just that's too exhausting of a process. Exactly, it's too exhausting of a process to do that.
If you're white and you're watching this, that our safety is at issue every single freaking day of our lives.
Yeah,
and we cannot have people around us who compromise our safety. So we have to be able to talk freely and interact freely. And if somebody causes us to feel unsafe, they gotta freaking go.
You have to,
because you have to go.
And this isn't like they always try to make it seem like, this is you don't feel emotionally safe. That's not real. It's actually that's real. That's very real. And we live our entire lives under the pressure of white supremacy. Like when you go into a workforce, everything about you does change. I'm a completely different person when I have to interact in polite society. Mm-hmm. I would like time and space to be around people who aren't constantly offended by my existence and my refusal to believe that I'm inferior. Yeah, like that's the real issue here. The issue isn't me. The issue isn't us. The issue is y'all. So yeah, if you're watching this, shut up and learn. I don't really give a fuck. This isn't.
Shut up.
What do you want me to say? Well, yeah, what do you want me to say?
You know how I am. Like we'll talk about it in a minute because these people going crazy over Rapture, child. Anyway.
No, that's a perfect segue. Let's get into that now. Actually,
okay. Because y'all know on Threads, I don't know what it is, and I will say sometimes my positive stuff does blow up too. So I'll put that out there. I get weird algorithm bumps from different things, but maybe because I'm so random on Threads that Threads is just like boosting different things. Anyway, last week I was talking about David Bowie, the song Let's Dance, and I got a bunch of people like going crazy over that one. But this week I posted, let me see if I can pull it up. I posted this. All right. So this is 2 days ago. Okay. I posted, I don't know the lyrics to Blondie's rap and Rapture. I just know they're terrible. All right. Now we all know the song Rapture. Like we love
baseline is crazy. Love this song. We love it. I said the baseline is crazy. Song. We love the song. It's great.
Love the song. Yeah. But that rap.
That fly, ready, tell me everybody's fly.
We know it's bad, right? It's horrible. Like I don't even feel like this is up for debate.
Yeah.
And so the reactions from I can't even believe that didn't expect anybody to even see this. First of all,
Yeah.
let me just. I had just heard the song or something. And I was like, you know me and my random thoughts. Like I think me and Chris, we talk about like I just throw up whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my thing and walk away. So I'm not even thinking that this is going to trigger people.
And they're so triggered.
But they are they're so triggered. And then the amount of white people that are like, and it was the first song to be featured on MTV that had a rap in it. And
shut up.
And and the other one, so many people were like, you wouldn't know because you weren't there. And I'm just like, who wasn't there, bro? Who
First of all, just because I don't look like I'm fucking shriveling and
because I haven't
apart.
aged like you,
right? now I wasn't there, but like
I wasn't there.
Also, who gives a fuck though? Because like this is the thing, like we always have to like it's Elvis, it's the Beatles. Now you guys like rock and roll. Now you guys like soul.
Okay, the thing I haven't even said it on the thread because I'm irritated. And Questlove chimed in again on my.
Oh God, Questlove, what are you doing? Shut up.
And he agreed that the rap was mid. We all agree. We all know it's bad, like you know.
Right,
but the jump is to talk about the historical significance of Rapture being on MTV to first show a rap song.
We don't care.
Let's talk about how any black art has to be whitewashed to be palatable to white people.
Filtered.
Can we talk about that?
Filter.
Can we
and
talk?
If they can't commodify it, they turn it into a lower art form. Like mentally, they like flip it into some sort of like low art form, which is crazy. Because hip hop and lyricism is like it's poetry. It's poetry. It's incredible production.
So the thing that, and then they also like, well, all the rappers were bad back then, and she was the first female rapper. And I take offense to a lot of this stuff. Like I haven't responded.
Roxanne Shante.
Like what's her name? Fucking 4 + 1 more. What's her name? Oh, I can't think of her name. Like there were black female rappers at that time who could rap and who were phenomenal, but they weren't featured on MTV because let's just
they weren't white. They weren't white, blonde, Debbie Harry women. They weren't, you know.
So this,
and I like Debbie Harry, but like, come on, be serious. Be serious, y'all.
Like y'all are jumping, and when I say there's so many, like you saw how many responses. What did it say? How many responses? Hold on, let me put this back up. There's 248 responses. Now I will say a good number of those are people like, yeah, it was terrible, but a good number of those are defending and calling me names, calling me crazy, calling me stupid. Like, can I talk about how white people?
Why?
What are you?
I also,
why?
You know why white people? And or honestly, I'll be real with you. Any non-black people who give opinions about hip hop, I have to say I don't give a fuck. Like most important, like they not only don't matter, they mean less than nothing. Like if I could ball them up, I would turn them into toilet paper so that I can constantly wipe my ass with those opinions because they mean less than nothing. And I'm saying that because like it's the same way like it's you know, and I hate to bring it up because there's always a million Eminem fans. I'm not saying Eminem isn't like a technically good rapper in some respects. I'm not saying that he doesn't have an interesting flow and cadence.
I would say Eminem is talented.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't give a fuck about anything he's talking about because he's talking about white shit and that has nothing to do with what the fuck I want to listen to. So like, you know, all of that's fine. And I'm also not going to put him on the pantheon of important rappers to me. Like, I understand what they're saying, especially about like, with Rapture, like all hip hop was kind of bad because like pre-Rakim hip hop was kind of I'm going to the donut store to get myself some donuts. Like, you know, like it's
what's his name? I love like, these are the breaks. Break it up. Break
it up. Okay, everybody loves it. Like we all love it. And the chicken tastes like water, right? Like we all love it. We were all there. And at the same time, yeah, like compared to like Rakim or like Pimp Daddy Kane or you know, I'm not gonna say it, but like the people that came later, even LL, the things that came later, like expanded the genre incredibly. Like, like you cannot say that is a 100% technically better. Like it was like genre defining stuff that came later. Like
Right.
they were playing around in the beginning, and then
Right.
the
It
new
was
boys
just
came in and
fun.
made something
Like,
incredible.
I get it
Yeah,
wasn't serious.
not to say
Like,
that wasn't incredible too, because it
right.
was,
I
but
get
like
that the rap wasn't serious. Like, what are y'all? I'm like,
right,
it's a random thought, but it was terrible. It was still terrible. Like,
it
it's
was
terrible
ass.
lyrics.
It
It's
was
just terrible.
yes. And then
Like, what
also
are you?
her delivery was ass. She
It was
wasn't
trash.
flowing like they acted like Debbie Harry had bars or some shit. Like she came on there like, and I'm gonna tell these hoes about, like, bitch, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
like, so
She
what,
just shut up, I said it's 7 a.m. Everybody's fine.
like,
You know, like come on
what?
now.
Like, and
Come on,
again,
y'all. Come on.
hey, white people, guess what? There was rap songs out that black people knew about way before that was on
Way before that.
MTV. So just because
Yeah.
that was your introduction to rap music doesn't mean it was everyone's.
It
wasn't everyone's introduction.
Also, we
It was
kind of just like
yours.
used to fuck around. Like everybody used to fuck around and say a little, like black people are cool and funny and clever and artistic like that. So like, this wasn't the first poetry we'd ever heard either.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you
Oh
guys
my God, you
expected.
should
Like,
see. Like some of these people are acting like it's listen. Look, I'm gonna tell you to go over the thread, y'all, and go read some of the foolishness on that post.
so crazy. Like how passionate people get defending fuckery is so
Well, no,
like, wow.
I always have to ask this question: are they only passionate on my stuff because I'm a black woman?
Yes. What do you mean?
Because I can't imagine a white dude saying the same thing I just said and having this many people just get their look.
That wouldn't happen because they always think of white men as some sort of authority on something, which is like wild.
Yeah, I
don't get it.
I say something and then they're like, oh my God, I must put her in her place.
Every single time. You can't even just say something casually. Like they have to have like this extreme, like, because you know what it is? Like, first of all, like white people love like hierarchies and white people love rules.
Right.
And the rules are that you're not allowed to critique what they have deemed as good art and important. And they're gonna enforce those fucking rules because in the hierarchy they're higher than you, so they're gonna tell you about it. Like, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't care about none of that. Like, I don't care about no non-black opinions on hip hop. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. I don't care how important it was that Debbie Harry was. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Shut up.
It's such a bad. It's so bad.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. Bad. And every time
it was still great, and it was terrible. So what?
Right. It's we just talked about something like art being both bad and loved at the same time. Like,
I thought we want to bring it back up. Shit, Questlove is about to like come down from the ceiling of your house, like Mission Impossible style, and put you in a chokehold.
I just think it's weird. I'm like, Questlove replied again. Like, what?
He's out of control.
Anyway, like, I guess I don't know. Like, I put, and the other thing is funny. Like, I put up, like I said, my random thoughts. These are just my random freaking thoughts. And again, I'm not gonna say threats only blows up. When I talk about white artists, it was weird. There's no rhyme or reason to
just be popping on weird shit sometimes.
Like I was talking about like the other day because I'm the person that buys the toilet paper in the house, and make sure supplies don't run out. So I made a post about if you're the person in the house that like buys all of the stuff,
holding the family together.
Holding the family together, like make sure that you guys got to appreciate that person. And then I was like, and if you're that person, I see you, I feel you, and I'm acknowledging you.
We're here
because nobody else does it. And that blew up and went really crazy, and there was so many people like, oh my God, thank you for like even seeing me.
Love
like
that.
Yeah, so that one, so I'm gonna put out the positive too. There are positive things. I'm not gonna say that people are constantly attacking me because that it's not true that it's constantly attacking me, but there are times where I'm just like, is it me? Like, because y'all are tripping and I'm not. Like, I'm here having my morning tea and y'all are crashing out over something I said 3 days ago. And I'm just like,
listen, people just think their opinions are super duper important and they're their own special opinions. And it's very important that they remind you that there are rules to things and you're not following the rules.
I feel like we need to have a psychological study on humans who get on the internet, on social media, and all they do is go and say angry things to strangers, because this can't be a healthy life. You can't have a healthy life if all you're like, because I don't do this, so it's very baffling to me when I get like a comment from somebody and they're like calling me a name. I'm like,
who
I don't even know you.
I never met you. Fuck
Like,
out of here.
Like, why are you so angry? And I don't respond. I hit block. I don't have the energy, or I'm not giving any like foolishness energy. But at the same time, I'm like, I just want to study these humans and know what's going on psychologically with them, because I can't imagine getting on my phone, going onto a social media site, seeing something I don't like. Like, you don't like it. You don't
and
like
then
it.
engaging with it so much that the algorithm thinks that this is the way to
You
keep you
don't like it.
interested.
And, I see people are always like, on Threads, one of the things that annoys me is that if somebody you follow responds to some bullshit, then it'll show you the bullshit, right? So what that irritates me, because if you respond to something stupid, I really want to tell people, stop responding to stupid, rage bait posts. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I block the person they're responding to, because I'm like, well, at least in this way, I can block the people who are making rage bait. Like, that's what I'm using it as now. But I really would like to see a study of like the people who literally get on to the internet to get angry about something, and and call the people names. Because to me,
something. It doesn't take all that. I said I'm gonna say something. I think people are fucking cops in their mind, and I think what I mean by that is they have like a cop mentality. They think everything is like should be punitive. They don't really care, and they love groupthink. They love when people tell them how they should feel about something. I've noticed something that freaks me out, like even on commentary videos, like the art of making up your own mind, of seeing like something that could be subjective, and then forming an opinion based based on your objective pattern recognition or logic or previous information that you've submitted. All of that is a fucking lost art. What people want is to feel something and to feel a part of something. So instead of like actually critically engaging with anything people are saying, they're there to be fucking mad, and they want to be outraged about something. And they find identity only in outrage. And I know that sounds like crazy. I'm probably like,
it's crazy.
in the
That's
era
why I'm
of
saying I want to
context collapse, that's
study,
probably like
because
too much, but it's true.
That's a good theory. Like their identity is based on outrage. Because again, I'm not saying anything outrageous. Like, this is like, to me, the stuff that people are getting
so
mad
innocuous,
at.
like, even like, I swear to God, the Bruce Leroy thing. And even though I came to a different understanding, because I was like, okay, it is a bad movie, good kung fu movie, bad movie though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got
and
to
I can acknowledge that. Like, I was like, okay. Yeah, I can see
that. 100% on it just being a bad movie. I was like, okay, I still like it, but it's
bad.
But like, it was bad.
I love that movie.
Exactly.
That's my favorite movie.
You 100%. I was with you 100% on it. Like, I didn't understand why people were that fucking mad, but to like pretend like there's some artistic merit that you couldn't possibly understand as a Negro woman or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they was coming at you on a thread. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I said, everybody's lost their mind.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and call out Gen X, because I feel like Gen X has a really hard time, and I love my generation. I do. But Gen X, listen, we gotta come to Jesus meeting. Some of the stuff that we grew up is absolute trash. Okay, some of the things that we do, some of the things we learn is absolute trash. And I've done a lot to unlearn stuff, but the tick is still there. Like, I still in my head react to things in a way that I learned to react. This is how I learned to react to them. But I don't do it outwardly. But a lot of the stuff that we grew up, like, a lot of people are mad, like, you weren't there. Like, no, I was there, and I'm telling you this trash. Like, listen, I'm an adult now, and I formed opinions.
I'll be honest with you. I hate in particular like Gen X men. I find them to be insufferable. They talk in Spencer's t-shirt slogans. I am tired of them. Like, I swear, like, they are exhausting people. And it's like the nuance is always like leaving the building, and they always want to like they want to. It's such a devil's advocate like fucking culture. Like, but what about if this and what about that? And they're so set in their ways. I'm like, God, you guys are so fucking stupid.
how we grew up, it's absolutely toxic. It's absolutely
It is.
patriarchal, absolutely homophobic. Like there are things that I grew up like I was looking at Eddie Murphy, he did his little documentary or
I
whatever.
watched it too. I liked it. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot.
And I enjoyed it, but I realized like, a lot of stuff that Eddie Murphy did is absolutely homophobic and
Yeah.
transphobic in so many ways. And he used to get caught with
Yes.
trans women or whatever. That
Yes, he
was
did.
like he was like he stayed out of controversy. I was like,
I'm
I
like, hey,
seem to
no,
recall.
we
I seem
definitely remember. What was her name?
I
Divine
seem to
Brown.
recall.
We
Yeah,
remember
it's
that.
neither here or there. It just made me reflect on how toxic it was in that era. And like I know you were saying we gotta bring bullying back, but there was a lot of stuff that
We got to bring bullying back in the right way.
right
Yeah.
that we grew up with. We grew up in a very toxic society, and it was acceptable. Like it was very
Yeah.
acceptable to be very homophobic and very racist.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of the stuff that things we would say to people, I still have a hard time because I grew up hearing it so many times that sometimes something will happen and that same saying will pop
Facts.
in my head immediately, and I'm like,
Facts.
damn, I don't even feel this way anymore.
Right.
But it's so deeply embedded in my subconscious.
It literally just takes time to unlearn, like
it
for
does.
everybody.
And so I look
I
at
do.
Gen X, especially as I post things, and it's usually Gen X who's losing their freaking minds over something I said.
Yep.
And I'm like, we got a problem here, Gen X. I love y'all, but we are jacked up. Like we need some more therapy. Like maybe because I've been through a lot of therapy, I've been able to unpack some things, and a lot of the Gen X men never want to get therapy. So maybe that's what's going on.
That's exactly what's going on. And this idea, they also have like this idea, because I think you guys are a straddle generation too. Because there's such a massive like technological advancement toward like the later half of your early adulthood, right?
We went from knob analog TVs, with antennas, to iPhones.
It's the same. Millennials just caught the back half of that, basically, where it did go from like VHS, like we were beyond 8-track and all of that, but it went from VHS and cassette to like all the way. We, very few. We had grandparents with record players, but you guys actually saw the entire metamorphosis all the way through.
I had a record player. I had my 8-tracks were the first thing that I remember in cars in terms of beyond. Well, first thing it was a radio, just a knob radio. I rolled windows, you know what I'm saying? Like
same.
I went through all that, and I realized like now that we are a generation, and also we were raised by boomers. And I'm gonna just tell you,
the parents are boomers.
They horrible parents. They horrible parents. I love my parents, but
I love my parents too, and it's like I understand they were doing the best they could with the tools that they had at the time.
Terrible group of people to be raised by, because I don't know.
But like, just the cultural attitudes of boomers is insane. Like,
okay, I've decided to blame the boomers issues on the silent generation. I don't know how fucked up they were.
It has to be. But those are the different. Like, my grandparents are Depression era people who don't throw anything out and like save and work hard and work really hard and then work harder, and you're not working hard enough kind of thing. Like,
so I get it. I get it that we're evolving as humans. Like I understand. But I'm just looking at my generation right now. Like, are you good? Like, we're not good. Clearly, we're not good, because we still want to bully. Like, we still want to bully people, and I get it. Like, I'm with you. Like, some bullying is necessary because it makes people's behavior better. Like, socially, it's like I don't even want to call it bullying. Shaming, socially unacceptable behavior should come back. Like, I feel like let's not call it bullying. Let's just say that if you don't take care of your kids and you're a bad parent, you should get bullied for that.
Yeah, you should get shamed. You should get shamed.
You should be shamed.
You should honestly get beat the fuck up too, but like that's.
But I think that the bullying that we, like being able to just say really fucked up things to strangers, like I think that part, because like people say crazy stuff to me, and I'm like, first of all, I am Gen X. We can throw hands if you want to. Like this is how I feel.
Like I said, in particular, like Gen X white people, I find to be hilarious people, because these are all the people I watched on The Real World as a child. You know what I'm saying? On MTV, on that same thing, and they have not evolved emotionally past that point. They haven't
they
evolved
haven't.
socially past that point either. And I'm like,
It
okay,
like
I get it.
I
You guys
hate
are
saying it.
traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. I don't
I
give a
hate
fuck no
saying
more.
it. I hate admitting. I was like, our generation is messed up. Like it really is
Yeah.
starting to hit me. Like we're really messed up.
Oh, yeah.
We're jacked up. Like I
Yeah.
love us because I feel like we grew up in the best era of music ever. Like I think
Yeah,
we
I
were
would
exposed
agree.
to music from 70s, 80s, and 90s. I feel like we
I
got the
agree. That
best
was
music.
incredible music. That's
And,
fantastic
and
music.
I feel like we were exposed to a credible artist that we're not even seeing that level of artistry really
No.
the way we saw it. I mean,
It's
like
like, come
I
on.
can remember first hearing
It's
certain
Prince.
records and Prince and Luther
Yeah,
and
be serious.
Michael and like
And
I was
Whitney.
listening to Michael Jackson's Butterflies the other day, which is a later record for
It
him.
is. It's off
But I was
Invincible,
like,
right? That's Flo wrote that.
yeah, it was
Marsha Ambrosius
a
wrote that.
much later record.
Yeah.
But I was like, Michael is singing his ass
Hate
off
that
in
shit.
this song.
I love that.
Yeah, like, and I was just
Like,
yeah, like
I can't sing, y'all. Forgive me.
yeah, like, but I grew up like hearing these songs break on the radio,
Yeah.
like that, not MTV,
Yeah.
like literally the
The
radio.
actual
So
radio.
I have to say that there's some amazing things that we were exposed to, but culturally, I don't think that this generation has evolved enough to
No.
like, because now we're online, and and that's cool. Like I see us, like and I know there's just all these generational wars. I know millennials can't stand boomers and something else. I don't know. Feel like y'all are.
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
We're artificially maligned a lot of the time. It's not the fact that we can't stand boomers. We hate having a parent our parents. Like
right.
you gotta teach them calm down techniques and shit, and then clean out their shit when they die, and they pack rat and hoard like a lot of useless shit.
Oh yeah, but
That's really the only beef we
I
have.
mean, I posted another story about my mom because I posted, you didn't see it because you've been offline, but like okay, because I'm taking care of her right now.
Yeah.
She's better now. She's walking around. She got clear. Yay! So she still uses her walker, but she's she asked me to get something the other day at her room. And mind you, the little paper bag, the little potato bag clips, potato chip bag clips used to close your potato chips. I have those. And they have been disappearing.
That's wild. Like, I literally have one right here. That's so crazy that you said that. Like, I just looked over and I was like, oh, yeah, I know exactly.
So, like, they've been disappearing. And I was like, how the frick am I losing these chip clips? Like,
yeah.
How do you lose this?
Yeah,
like
it's something that would stay in a centralized place in the kitchen when you
it's
get
on
some
the
of the
chip,
snack out.
And they have magnets, so they stick on the refrigerator.
When you fridge, yes. Proof.
So when you don't need them, you just throw it on the refrigerator, and you need one, you grab it. So I've been like, this has been a mystery for months or even maybe years or whatever. Cause I couldn't figure it. Like I was, you don't think about it all the time. It's like you look for a bag and you can't find one, and you go on about your business. So she asked me to get some. Girl, I'm going through her stuff. Why do I find two in her room? And she's using them to put on paper. Like she's using them as paper clamps. I'm like, now I know where my chip clips have been disappearing to. Ma, these are not papers.
What's crazy is like when you're a kid, if you were to do that, that would have been like possibly a beatable offense, and that's what would be killing me about my boomer parents. It's like,
for real, it would
y'all be getting mad about beatable offense. Y'all be doing stuff to me that is a beatable offense.
That's true. But I was like, no, you cannot have these to clamp your papers together.
Give me my shit and ask for a paper clip or something.
What's that? Man, I was like, I'm taking him back. Like, here, no, you can't have it.
You can't have it. Get a folder. Stop playing with me. Old people, I'm telling you. And it's hard. It's like you have to like with your parents sometimes, like you even have to kind of teach them how to like regulate a little bit. Like they'll have like an overreaction or something, and you're like, hey, well, is that really fair? Because such and such and such. And it's like that's the only real beef millennials have is because we all had to go to therapy and our parents won't.
Therapy helped me understand a lot about what was wrong with the things that happened in my childhood. And so I had a lot to unpack in the therapy. And I had to gain a lot of tools to manage, my life, because I'm in close quarters with, the person. And so I'm better now in handling, like, because because to me, I was like, I got my bag clips up in here. Like, but it's always this, I think that also I'm raising a kid. So there's all this, like I had to unlearn.
Oh yeah.
I had to, because I'm technically a gentle parent. And so
I hate when you know what
that's
this ideal. I want to talk about that eventually. We're gonna have to have like a master
gentle parent.
conversation about how people get so mad about the concept of gentle parenting as if it's just being
And
permissive
it's my
rather than
generation.
not like smacking kids in the
It's
face.
my generation who still wants to
Right.
beat their kids. It's my generation. Like you
Yeah.
didn't like getting beat, so I don't understand why you are okay with beating your kids.
It
Like
blows my mind because first of all, they're like, "Oh well, I don't beat, I spank," and there's a difference. I said, and guess what? Their bodies can't tell the difference, and
no,
it lowers their
it's
IQ.
a whole like the thing that disturbs me is like, well, my parents beat me and I'm okay. Are you?
Are you?
Are you okay? Because you're literally defending abusing kids.
I hate that we did it in sync. We're like, "Are you?
Are you good? Are you sure? Because I'm looking at you right now and you look a little crazy
Like,
to
they
me.
punish you. Like the thing is, the hardest part about being a parent now, having been parented by people who honestly, I will say that they were trying their best with the tools they had. Right? That like that authoritarian thing came really
Right.
back more into
I just
play.
want to
That was like
point
a
out
popular style of parenting back then.
a lot of our parenting from our parents descending from slavery. Like we
Yeah,
gotta
for
remember
sure.
that strict obedience was definitely
It's life
slave.
saving.
Well,
Yeah.
not even life saving, but there's the beating of your kids for strict obedience. It's coming directly from being enslaved. And then a lot of the stuff that we went through in Jim Crow is to save your life, but still at the
Right.
same time, it's expecting strict obedience. And when you're a parent, you don't want your child to obey you. You want your child to be like capable of making smart decisions. Like you
That's
can't.
the issue. That's the issue. Like, and this is why like kids really have trouble standing up for themselves and
Right,
and thinking critically and problem solving. Like, and
right,
that's the real issue that we're always running into, and that's why we have a bunch of fucking idiots on the
right.
internet right now. No shade, and it's because we were, we had compliance and obedience beat into us in a lot of ways, and
Except some of us
also like
did.
the social shaming.
Some of
Yeah,
us didn't. Some of us we went through all of the beatings and we still were like, nah.
like not truly. That was me because I was like, you can hit me again, but like I'm
Like
still
now I'm
gonna.
mad. You just pissing me off
Yeah.
is really
Now,
what's happening.
now, now, now I'm gonna do it resentfully next time
Right.
instead of
Like
honestly.
you're not gaining any
Right.
obedience. You're just pissing me off. It's
Ex-
like that's what
Exactly. And I was like, I can say that like and that being said, I have empathy. I have
Mhm.
empathy for my parents because I understand like if you do not know another
Right.
way, if you cannot fathom another way, nothing in society is telling you
There's
that there is another way.
I
I
can
get
have
it.
empathy in that sense, but at the same time, for me,
Yeah.
I also expect you to like evolve
To do what's right.
once
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
like it's the
Sure.
evolution that I'm looking at. Like if you okay, you ain't know better. Okay. All right, we let that
Right.
go. But now we're here
Right.
in this time, and I'm gonna need you to acknowledge when you mess up. Like we can move
They is
forward.
they're not emotionally regulated. Like that's the real issue. They're not emotionally regulated well, and they use and I think this is true for even parents today who hate so much this idea of gentle parenting. Right?
Mhm.
It's because they punish their child to help emotionally regulate themselves.
Themselves,
They
yeah.
feel like super honest, and we can all be guilty of it a little bit, especially if a child is
Let me
a
tell you,
child is going through a particularly difficult thing
parenting a
and you're like,
teenager
what
is
is wrong with you? You're right.
it's not easy.
Right.
Like I got a
It's
whole
not.
teenager, and let me tell you, I
It's
try
not.
I try not to yell. Like my whole thing is like I'm gonna try not to yell. I'm trying not to
Mm.
yell. And that's
Try
my
not to.
thing. I'm trying to
What's wrong with you? Right.
like I'm trying to emotionally regulate myself because I don't want I don't think it's healthy to
Child.
yell at my child. I
Exactly.
try
All of
my
the
best.
time and blow up all of the time. And sometimes I fail at it. I do still
I
make it a
feel
point to apologize. I
yeah,
make it a
I
point to
right.
express what I was trying to express in the proper way. And I give them, I ask for forgiveness
Right.
from the child in question.
I often
Yeah.
fail and end up yelling, and I'm with you. I'm sorry I yelled. Like
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like I got to work on me and
Yeah,
getting better
that
at
wasn't a you
communicating.
thing. This is a
But
me thing. Sorry.
parenting, I get it. As a parent, parenting is hard. It's hard.
Hard as
Like
hell.
people don't talk
Hardest
about.
thing you'll ever do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very hard. You're trying to raise a human being to be a functional member and positive member of society. We don't want these pariahs that think they can go out to Haiti and kill all the men.
uh, honestly, it's not something we have to worry about.
Right.
It's not
I
really,
mean,
that's not really our demographic. But yeah,
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like, how do white women feel raising these horrible men? Like, because if these were black men
hello.
doing this,
There will
black
be
women would be
45.
blamed.
Oh my gosh, there would be video essays and TED Talks and
And there would be
TikToks and
studies
reels and studies and $50 million of
because
research put into it.
I often think about because I think about like there are a lot of white male predators, and I know that we don't talk. It's a patriarchal society. We don't put enough blame on.
Disproportionate amount of white male predators for children too, by the way. I
Right.
just want to
But
point that out in
we don't talk
particular.
about the men's impact in that. However, as a woman, I don't know how I would feel if I had raised a predator. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be kind of like devastated, to be honest. And I keep wondering, these white women are raising these predators. This child, like, did you hear about the girl who got killed on the Carnival cruise ship by her stepbrother? All right, so the mom was
Mhm,
there, right? The mom
mhm,
is there. You raised him. He's 16 years old. He just killed your stepdaughter. You
mhm.
raised him. How are you feeling knowing that you raised this monster? I just got questions because I'm a parent. I feel responsible for my child, whatever she does. So I can't imagine having a child that killed somebody or raped somebody or harmed a child or raped a child. Like
I'm trying
I
hard not to be unkind, but like I'll be honest
I'm
with you.
just wondering, like, what's
I
going
am
through
trying
your
extremely
mind?
hard.
Are you completely like it? Because there was that other guy, I can't remember what state it was in, but the boy, he's not a boy. He's 19 years old, and he got like no time for raping a whole bunch of girls.
And putting it on video and almost strangling one to death. And
Right.
his mom
So
actually knocked on the door and said, "Is everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah," while he continues to film her. And they know that because again, it's all on film. This whole thing's
right.
on film.
So I'm just wondering, you're raising monsters. What's going on? What's going on? Go
I
ahead and
have
hop in there. I know you because I can't even come up with anything. I can't even. I don't have like I can't. Like I'm just
I
stuck.
think the idea that they're bothered by it is at all is interesting because I don't believe they're bothered by it in the least. I
I'm just
think they use their sons as their proxies in this world, in this war they have with white men for power. And that's the case a lot of the times. I think this idea that because they're women, they somehow feel a greater degree of empathy, or they think critically about their behavior, or they think critically about their role in patriarchy in a in the forefront of their mind. I don't think they're doing any of that. I think they're seizing power where they can, and I think that's why a lot of the time these men's mothers are right behind them the entire time, no matter what they do to other women, because they're not doing it to her. And I think white women for a long time, the white women live in this interesting duality in which they, again, they are the oppressor and they are the oppressed, but they take a joy in being the oppressor and enforcing these rules and these hierarchies. And they never wanted liberation for all. They wanted their turn to oppress. And I don't think that they're bothered in any way, shape, or form about the fact that they're raising monsters that are terrorizing the rest of us. I think they're waiting for their turn to be the monster. I think they infantilize themselves when it is convenient, and they're like, "Well, what could I possibly do?" And then they hide behind the banner of feminism that will absolve them sometimes of their culpability in upholding, white supremacist patriarchy. Um, and that's where I am with white women. And it may be a pessimistic view of it, but I've never seen anything that shows me anything to the contrary. I've never seen them, as a whole, really look at what they do, and really self-reflect on the fact that no, you actually were slave owners as well,
Right.
and you committed sexual violence as well, and this competition that you have against other groups of women, and this idea that you guys are fragile, and this, that all these things that
Usually
protect
the
you,
aggressors.
yeah, from your aggression and your exactly, like, white women's culture is so funny because they are extremely passive aggressive.
Yeah,
Extremely passive aggressive, but people forget the second part of that word, that phrase that
it's
we've used the
aggression.
word is aggression. So they are
Yeah,
actually they are vehemently violent. They
right.
are
It's very violent.
insidiously violent. And
Yeah,
I
like
I don't think that they're aware that honestly nothing else could come from their teaching in their bodies. Nothing else could
I
come
gotta
from
ask
them
you
but
this
these
because
monsters.
you're taller than me, so because
Yeah,
I have to say that white women when they're in person with me do not test me, and I don't know if it's just
ever.
my height, my aura. I don't know what it is. I don't have it. Like I wish that you know how these people talk crazy. I be like looking for like, come on, like talk crazy.
White women do something else interesting with me, because they acknowledge that, and I'm sure this happened to you as well. They acknowledge that I am attractive, but they also try to mammify me because, they want to, they see my strength. So, for instance, Mark and I, we went to a concert for, an artist that we like, St. John. Love St. John. We went to a concert. So, biracial man, and I'm saying he's biracial because he's clearly biracial. He's the classic colonial mix, probably white biracial man, and a white guy are about to get into an argument in front of us and, stop, like, and make it problem. So St. John shows are like rock shows, but they're hip hop at the same time. So it's like a mosh pit. It's always like a really like hype environment. We all kind of like
Mhm.
mosh together. That being said, dudes get drunk and fuck up a mosh pit all the time.
Right.
You're not going to do that with me because my my lovely partner here paid, $400 or $500 for these fucking
For these
tickets, and you're
tickets,
out of your
and we gonna
fucking
enjoy
mind.
the show. You
We're
not
gonna have
about
a
to mess up
great
the show.
time. Right. He's one of our favorite artists. We love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely not. You're not gonna fuck up this show. We're having a great time tonight.
Mhm.
So while these two men are arguing, I literally just, because Mark is about to go over there, and I'm like, no. I put my fucking arm in between and I say, hey, you
Mhm.
move over there and you move the fuck over there. I said, because
Mhm.
if I get caught up and you hit one of me, I'm gonna kill y'all. Okay.
Right.
And I separate those two men and they go to their fucking areas. And not because I'm such tough shit, but because men are
You
actually
not
like
gonna mess
pretty
up my
fucking
show.
docile. And you're not gonna mess up the show. But men are pretty fucking docile because also I'm 6'1". And I will fuck you up. I will fuck both of you up. Like, stop playing with me. So I'll
Right.
move them out of the way. So anyway, we enjoy the rest of the show, all of that, because, the biracial man is there with his white girlfriend, and she's pulling on him like, "No, Jimmy, no," and like, like shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh, bitch, he's not paying. Like, tell him to get the fuck out of your." I was like, "You're not strict enough with him. Like, I
Right.
don't let your dog out like that. That's crazy." But so that we get to the end of the show, we're going to pee. So I go to the bathroom and I pee. I'm washing my hands, which I noticed these two white women did not do. The two white women who were behind me
Yeah, they
watching this
never do,
interaction,
child. Let's not even get
they
into
come
it.
to me. They said, "Yeah, and we knew that you weren't going to stand for that." And I said, "So you were going to let them fight and ruin the show for you?" I said,
Right.
"That's crazy." I said,
But
"It
they
wasn't for your I said, "It literally
but
wasn't for your benefit,
oh,
but
but
no
can we talk
worries."
about they never want to speak up when something's wrong,
Oh,
like
ever.
ever.
They just want to congratulate you afterwards. And I'm like, "Yo, grow
Right.
the
Now
fuck up.
I'm
Grow up."
definitely
I was
the
like, first of
person.
all, that man's mama was probably white. Both of these men's mothers are white. Okay. They should have been listening to you over me any fucking day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're used to taking demands and orders from fucking white women up to a certain extent. So you should
Right.
have went over there and been like, hey, get out of the way. But
Yeah.
he wasn't gonna ruin the show for me. And you being
No.
pussy, it's not a great compliment to me how strong and tough I am to get in between these
Right.
two men. You know what I'm saying? They're just both pussies and you're fucking scared, and you're gonna be a fucking pussy because the only time you want to enforce rules is if you know you can have
Right.
security
If it's
behind you.
dynamic you can
Yeah,
wield over somebody. Yeah,
you can
no,
exploit.
like I said, I don't get like I see the videos of like Karens, coming up to black people and like, well, do you live here? Bitch, I wish you would ask me if I lived here. Like
Man, I get
I
so
would love,
excited.
I
I
would
get
get
so
so,
excited.
I'd be like, wait. Do you
Child.
live here? Like, I even say when I moved to this neighborhood, I moved to this neighborhood 11 years ago. Back then, there was a management company for this house. And the manager was like, "Oh, well, the neighborhood's very friendly, and the neighbors will come over and they'll greet you." And I was like, as a black person, look at your face. Look, the immediate look on your face is like that was probably my face when she said it. Like, okay, we'll say.
They're gonna greet me. Ugh.
I've been here 11 years. Ask me how many times the neighbors have come over to greet me.
Right. Right. I too have been here 11 years, but I live amongst black people. We do know each other. But
Right,
it ain't no
but
greeting shit. We outside. Hey, neighbor. Or,
now I
oh, I'm
will
about to have
say,
some people over to watch the fight. Can I use the side of your house to park more cars? Sure, I
right,
don't care.
I will say now that we've been here 11 years, the neighbors do wave. Like if they see
Right.
me, they're like, they not. But the first couple years, they didn't even,
Like, what's
you
going
know,
on? What's going on?
yeah, they just eyed me out the door like,
So you know what's crazy? My mom's neighborhood is super friendly, and a lot of people like drop by. It's like a sitcom, and they are mostly white people. But I was like, what's funny about that is they're all Republicans. So I
right,
was like, it's crazy how these motherfuckers want to come over and say hi and then vote
right.
against your human rights. It's like
Right. No,
wild.
this is why, yeah, it's funny. I just think it's funny because I'm like, again, I'm waiting for my Karen. Like, come on, Karen. And
Yeah,
I'm
come
like,
on, bring it on, Karen. Come
and
on,
I just
Karen.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, is it my aura or my height or my clothes? Like, what is it that
It's a lot of it's all of those factors. I
yeah,
promise it's all of those factors. And it's
yeah.
also like this awe and admiration and this like this honest to God jealousy that they have toward, you know, women with
Well,
power. Like
I'll talk about real quick before because I know we're almost out of time. Okay,
yeah,
real quick. I have a daughter. uh, at the time when we were living in Atlanta, she was going to a very prestigious preschool. And I did not know because I was raised with black people. I didn't know. I learned this being around white people. White women and their competitiveness with other women starts so young.
super
And
young.
and
Super young.
and they are very, very much what's the word? They are very intimidated by beauty.
Oh yeah.
Beauty is a very
Especially if
big
you're thin, if you
so
are
beauty,
thin.
and I didn't
Ooh.
know until I didn't notice because I've always, I've had white women do dumb stuff, around me,
Of
but not
course,
really.
everybody asks.
And so I didn't notice the jealousy until I had a daughter and they had daughters. And you've seen my baby. My baby's stunning. She was
Yeah, she
always,
is.
always, she was stunning baby, stunning little
She
girl.
that baby was so cute, and I'm saying that because she looked exactly like me. I don't care.
She's
Picking up
like she
myself, and I'm joking.
so she's very so baby my daughter's always been very pretty. She's always been a very attractive
Yeah,
person.
she is. She's a beautiful,
And
beautiful
so
child.
I know she's mine. I'm just saying she gorgeous, So she's
Yeah,
always been gorgeous. So she's going to this prestigious preschool. And this is when I noticed the tension that white women have in competition, like their daughters in competition with your daughter. And I was like
mm-hmm.
confused because they would say little little
Mm-hmm.
slick stuff, like she's so pretty. Like it
Mm-hmm.
ain't really a compliment. Like
It's not. It's
it's not.
not.
It's
It's like
not.
they say it like it's something you should apologize for, and
Right.
they always say it begrudgingly because they don't ever want to actually admit that a black woman is beautiful or that a
Right.
black child is beautiful. They never want
And
to admit that.
back then I was dressing her, so she was cute,
Oh
cute. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah, she's still cute. She still dresses well, but like back, when they were like little and you got all the
It's
dresses
so
and bows,
cute. I love the
everything
bows.
matching. You know what I'm talking about, Wade.
I'm doing it now. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
you got a little
So
doll
fun.
baby for a while, so it's like she's
It's so
showing up
fun.
in all the cuteness, and she's
Mhm.
I've definitely raised her with a certain level of entitlement, and it took because she got to compete in the world with white people. So for me, I've always made sure that she felt like she belonged wherever she is, she belongs there, and she's supposed to be in
Right.
the same. So she also comes in like, yeah, what's the
Right.
issue? Like
What's
I'm in
going
here.
on?
So it
I love
added
that.
to the like competition that they were like that you could
Oh,
feel it.
always.
And then
Always.
just be honest, like when their daughters were not physically as cute, it was worse. It was worse. And so I noticed that
And
very
God
early. I
forbid
said,
they have a chubby daughter. I'm telling you, like with thinness
oh
and white
man,
women, Oh my God, they'll kill a child for being like a little bit like, and they, a lot of the times kids will grow out and then up and then out and then up.
Right,
It's normal to have some fat on them. They
right.
lose their fucking minds if
Yeah,
that
because
child has a bit of fat
my
on them.
child has my frame. Like this is the biggest I've
Yeah.
ever been in my life, and I'm still not that big. Like people
No, you're
don't,
not big at all, actually. Yeah.
right. And so people to people see me and they're like, "Oh, you're thin," but for me, I'm pretty hefty for me. This is for me. Like I want to be
Right.
clear, not by any outside standard. For
Right.
my standard,
Yeah.
I'm big for me. And if you see how thin my daughter is, we just have very thin frames. With thin frames, all people like very thin,
String
and
beans.
so she's got the model frame that we were used to
Mm-hmm.
seeing back in the 80s. So like when I was in that age, in that time, people were like, oh my God, you built like mom. So she's going through this, and like I said, the
Mm-hmm.
competition, the little side remarks, like it's always there. Like it's all, and I'm like, y'all are really like, stop competing. Like everybody's
Always.
different. And first of all, for my child ain't thinking about you. Like I'm gonna just be honest.
At all.
She's so not thinking about your
But I
child.
tell
Like
you, that's one of those things. So like they start so early, and their first hater is usually their moms. I was like, like
and
they talk
is their
about all
mom.
of the things that black
I
women,
feel bad
all
for
the ways that
like
black women fail, but they never talk about like the damage white women are doing subjectively, like to their, well, objectively to their daughters, like,
yeah,
and their
because they're
sons.
competing. Because what was that show? The lady was sending the text messages, the crazy one to her daughter, like compete. Like who?
That,
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not in competition with
sheesh.
my child. Like, the fact that you guys have let patriarchy make you compete with your own offspring is insane to me. And then to think that your offspring has to compete with everybody else's offspring is insane to me. Like the insanity. Like we gonna talk about cultural differences. I know that there's some black moms that are terrible. Like that. I'm
Yeah, of
sure.
course. It's
Every
every kind of
culture has
mom
a
that's terrible. Yeah,
yeah,
everybody
everybody.
has a
But I'm
terrible
gonna
mom.
tell you, as a group, black women do not teach. They don't compete with their daughters. Like we're
Yeah.
very protective of our daughters. We're very like we want our daughters.
Overprotective in some cases. There is like a lot of overcorrection,
Right.
like,
I will say
but
a
yeah.
lot of overcorrection, but there's not I
Yeah.
look. I'd be hard
And
pressed
if
to
you're,
find
I would
a
say the
black mom
majority of
text
mothers are
me.
not like that. I have met some that truly hate their daughters, but it's not like an everyday thing. Like you said, it's not like as common of a thing. And every time I see it, I'm like, that is so white. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like that is such a
Weird.
white idea. Like, why do you hate her so bad? That is so like white.
Yeah,
Like,
okay. And I see that. Like I watched that. What was that Netflix when the
yeah,
mom was texting the daughter and bullying the
yeah,
daughter,
that was
and what
crazy. But
and
the
when
elephant in the room is that that white woman was ugly and her daughter was not. Her daughter was much more attractive. And that's
I
another
was
thing, like ugly white women. I told you white people have a low tolerance for being fat or ugly. They can't take it. Instead of just developing a personality and being cool and realizing that
that
like
goes
fat
for
don't
men
mean
too.
ugly.
If you
Yeah,
look,
all of them.
you got to pick a struggle. Like I say this all the
White
time.
people can't take it, bro. They can't
Look,
take it.
you can't be unattractive and have a bad personality. You got to
You
pick one
can't.
struggle. You
You
can't. You got
can't. We demand that you pick a struggle. We demand
pick
it
a
because you
struggle.
can't
You
keep
gonna be
terrorizing
ugly,
us.
or you gonna have a bad like you
Which
can't have
one?
both. Bad
Which one?
personality and ugly can't go together because nobody's ever going to like you. You gotta pick a struggle.
Yeah.
You can't. And I'm not saying that attractive people can have a bad attitude, but they can get away with it, and you
Yeah,
can't.
like let's be real. Let's be real. Since y'all like hierarchies, we're gonna have to talk about it.
Like okay, let's talk
Attractive
about
people
it.
can do
Like
those things.
pretty
You cannot.
privilege is real. It's a real
It is.
phenomenon. I acknowledge it is a real
Oh,
phenomenon. I
for
know that
sure.
people treat people who are physically attractive better. That is
They
absolutely
do.
true. I think
More
that is an
grace is given.
unfair thing. I think it's an unfair thing, honestly. But at the same time, I acknowledge it's real. And let me tell you, I've used it over and over. Like I'm like,
Yeah, I
hey,
think you'd
look,
be crazy not to use every advantage that you have
right.
in
I've
a
used it
certain to a degree.
to a
In
degree.
this to a degree, you'd be
Yeah,
crazy not to use it. Everybody's
right.
crazy not to use the advantages that
Right.
you have.
So like I get it, and sometimes I see people's posts, and I have a lot of compassion for like racism is terrible. I know that light skin privilege is a thing. I think that people
Mhm.
need to go ahead and
For
acknowledge that
sure.
darker skin people are treated worse, and that's just
Yeah,
a fact.
like a
And
lot.
so
And
when
it's
people
legal, like it's provable. Like we have
right,
statistics on this.
like
Like
when
why are we
people
acting like it's not a thing?
like who look like us, when these women who look like us, especially what do you call them, the cry racials?
All right, now I don't want the biracial. Listen, don't have the
You
biracial
said the
community come
cry-racials,
beat me up. The cry racials,
the
don't come
cry-racials
beat me
come,
up.
and like
Yeah.
they mistreated me because I was light skinned. I hate it. I just want to fight you every time because everything everything you cry racials have been through, we have been through as
Let
full
me
black
and
people.
let me just say on some real shit. I've looked like this my whole life. I've
Right.
I've never been like so bullied. You know what I'm saying? Like by black people.
I
I've
mean,
never been
all
in
of
a
the stuff.
situation where
I went to a black school. I was one of like a handful of light-skinned black people in the middle of Washington,
right.
D.C. in the 80s. Let me tell you, it wasn't that many light-skinned black. It was some. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
But
Some,
first
but
of
it
all,
wasn't
like let's acknowledge like this is the central issue, and I say this again all of the time. The central issue is that you can't want to be a part of black culture and look down your fucking long pointed nose at it. You can't want to be accepted by black people, but really want their praise to for them to see you as some
But this is the thing
futuristic
that irritates me.
evolution of
They like
blackness
black
because you're mixed.
people bullied me. They
Meanwhile,
bullied me.
their white memas calling them a nigga to their face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
wait. I got the same bullying, right? Because I was called white girl in elementary school. Like you laughing because it's
and it's
like,
funny because it's funny though, like because that's
but
what I'm
it's
saying. Like,
like
okay, motherfuckers call me Big Bird because I'm big, tall, and yellow, and it's funny as shit to me. Like, I don't know, like
I be
because black
called
people are just
olive.
funny. Like
Wait. You got Big
olive
Bird.
oil.
I got olive oil. Olive
My
oil
sister
from
was
Popeye.
olive oil. My sister was
Olive
olive oil
oil.
because she was
So
real,
all
real
of the
thin.
bullying that you got as a cry racial, I got it too,
Right, and
and I'm
nobody
okay.
cares.
I'm
And
okay. Look,
that's actually like like questioning each other's blackness and making jokes on each other is actually like a really integral like black experience,
that's
and
a black experience,
I don't
and
understand
if
why
you
you
didn't
feel
get
like you're
bullied,
separate from that, right?
like we clown
Like
people for everything. Like I remember
we
my
really
nephew
do.
came in with he had on some skinny jeans. I was like, yo, bro, can your ankles breathe? Like they was just so tight. Like black people, we gonna clown. That's what
And
we
it's
do,
funny. It's
and
running
it's
the
funny.
dozens. It's signifying. Is
Yeah,
it's
like
roasting. It's part
we're
of the culture. So and it's like I get it when you feel like hypersensitive about something because you're not sure your place in it. But like we're telling you that that is a form of acceptance. And I'm not saying like every part of that is right because people have different sensitivities. But I'm
mm,
saying like the reason you in particular biracial person feel some type of way about that is because you don't feel like you should ever be questioned and you feel like you should be completely accepted by black people but you do
right,
not hold your white relatives to that same standard, and
right,
thus lies the central conflict of your identity. Being
right,
that close to whiteness and not being able to fit
and not
into it has
accepted.
to be crazy. Has to be fucking maddening, and you have the right to be upset and confused by that. You do not have the right to pretend that it's the same level
Right, it's not the
of
same
strife that
level,
you're experiencing
and
in the black community. So please shut the
being
fuck up.
you are still benefiting. You're
Right.
still benefiting from
Right.
your fair skin and being treated better than brown skinned black people and
Right,
dark
and
skinned black
you know
people.
that,
You're still
and you
benefiting.
know that. What you want is to never be
Right,
questioned, and that's that white in you. And I need you to exercise that from your get it up out you. Get
let
that
it go.
banish that demon up out you. Get it up out you. You know that's what's going on. It's that idea that you should never be questioned and you should never be like no, that's that conqueror spirit in you. You need to get it
Right,
up out you. That's that
right.
colonial spirit. You got to get it up out your
Oh,
blood. Purge that from your blood, baby, so you can be
purge it.
free. Purge it from
Be
your blood.
free. Be free
Purge
so
it.
you can help everybody around you. So you can
Exactly.
be
So you can help your damn self and not do
right,
damage to yourself. Because if you think that in any way, the relationship you have with yourself has to be horrible. That shit has to hurt. That shit has
right.
to cause you ulcers and yeast infections and all types of shit that's fucking you up in there. Get that up out your brain. Get it up out you.
God. Oh wait, we gotta start our church.
Hey, do you hear me preaching? You hear me preaching? Because we starting our
He's like,
church
get it up
soon.
out you.
Get it up out you. I'm gonna heal
Free
y'all from it.
yourself.
Free yourself. Time for you to get free, baby. You got to get out that colonial
Oh my
mindset.
God.
You
My
do. You
face
that
hurt.
idea of conquering. They got it
Oh,
up in them. That's the issue. It's up in here. They need to get it up out them. They need to. Then
they
they
got
go
to
to
be
be
free. You
better.
got to get free.
Got to be free.
Got to
Get
be
free.
free. Free.
Free.
Woo.
Got to
Lord, you
do it.
got me hurt. My face hurt. My face is hurt. I said my whole face. I love talking to you, and I love talking to Chris because I always end up laughing to the point where my
It's my
face.
abs. I was like, I really need to do some more core work because every like Saturday my stomach be hurting when I leave because I'm laughing.
Oh my god! Look,
I was like, that
listen.
lets me know my abs weak as hell. Like I need to do some planks, some
I need to get
crunches.
back.
Something.
I have not done yoga since September, and that's killing me inside. But I just
I
between
haven't either because I've been having this flare, and it's like
uh
I have lost so much flexibility. My calves are so tight. I have to like
yeah,
roll them.
everything
It's
hurts.
horrible.
It all hurts, and I know it's because I have not stretched my body, but it's because I don't have time. I hopefully now that my mom's
No.
being a busybody, I can get back to my yoga soon. Hey,
Yeah,
but
I
as
don't know. Watch her a little bit. Watch her first though, because they're liable to
girl,
do something else. That's how these
listen,
old
she was
folks.
proud too. I went in the kitchen. Who told your ass to go in the kitchen?
Talk to them like they used to talk to
With the teeth on the tip. You can't tell. I told you to do it. Yeah, because that's how we were raised. Just so
It
you
is,
know,
and that's how we have to re-raise them.
right?
Get the
Oh
worst
my
in the
god.
bedroom, lay down. Anyway,
Yes,
we're at time, y'all.
we are
Oh,
time. Oh, but it was fun. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm
And
happy to see you more.
this is going well. Okay, so like I know you don't want people to find you, but where do they find you?
um, the things you don't see with every day with Chris Taliaferro and Serotonin podcast and page on Facebook, TikTok, all the socials. If you see me anywhere else, if you see me, no, you didn't, and you'll catch me here with Kai
Yeah.
on her
Hopefully be
live.
back next week. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Next
hopefully
week
we
is
can get back.
it's like 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, it
I'm
should
gonna
be good.
try. I
You gonna
should.
be tired.
I'm gonna try.
Are you cooking?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, that's
okay,
part
so
of it.
real quick, I make an apple rosemary turkey, and so
That's so good, Jesus. Oh my God.
it's so good.
Oh my
It's so
God, that
good
sounds
that
good.
my child has banned me from making it when she's not with me for Thanksgiving because as a parent, we
She
alternate
is pulling
holidays.
shit I did not know that you could pull. So I could tell my mom not to. You know what?
So I won't be making the
These
apple
new kids
rosemary
are good.
turkey until Christmas because she's spending Christmas with me this year. So this
Oh,
year I am
good.
not cooking. So I only cook Thanksgiving every other year. At least probably this is the last year we'll do that because then she'll be 18 and I don't know where she's going to spend the holidays. But
Right.
so I don't know if I'm going to cook. Like I'm like, am I going to cook anything? I haven't planned to cook because I wasn't cooking Thanksgiving. Usually I'm doing my thing.
Don't put the extra work on yourself if you don't have to. Make a good
Right.
meal that you actually want to eat, because then you have mountains of leftovers if you're not
Right.
hosting people. It's such a
Well, I was thinking
hassle.
not a turkey. I was thinking maybe, a smaller meal for my mom and me because it's just going to be
That would
us.
be nice.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe
Roast a duck
maybe a duck or chicken. I might roast
or
the
chicken. That would
chicken.
sound.
I make an
Yeah.
apple rosemary chicken instead of a turkey.
There you go, and that way you can get the flavor that you want. Because I know you
Yeah.
want it. Because I want to taste it,
So
and
I'm
I
thinking
haven't
about
had
it. But I haven't decided. I got to go buy the chicken at least by the Monday or Tuesday if I'm going to do it. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe some greens, maybe a little Thanksgiving, not a big,
Don't do all that.
Little taste.
You'll be exhausted. You'll be exhausted, and you'll have mountains of leftovers that 3 people cannot get through. Like that's a lot.
Right, and I'm gonna make it at Christmas anyway. We're gonna have the food at Christmas either way.
Yeah, and that's when you want to feast. That's when you can feast.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's like that was a side. Anyway, I am Kai Nicole on Facebook and Twitter and Blue Sky. I'm Kai Fly Mommy on Instagram and on Threads where people get very crazy over there. So follow me on
Yeah, dude.
Threads be popping.
Don't show Kai some support on Threads because they be trying to jump.
They be
friends.
coming at me. Like even if we were sitting here, wait, hold up, one popped up and I was like, they still mad over that Blondie thing. Yeah. This person really said, I'm sorry, you don't understand iconic shit. Like while we were sitting here. Like you think I'm making this up.
Shut up. Boo. Boo, whoever you are, fuck you. Boo.
Like
boo.
For real.
Shut the fuck up.
Like this is happening in real time. So anyway, come follow me on Threads and jump in there because it's crazy over there. So that's Kai Fly Mommy there. And like always, thank you guys for watching. It was always fun, and we will next week we will be back doing something crazy.